it's just time to finish this rhyme. For the wave to finally hit shore, for the mountain to finally come down to its knees. Maybe we've been waiting.
Testing, 1, 2, 3. Testing. Oh, look, it's the Oh, hero? Hey, kid, what's up? What was that all about? Nah, some guy from the Mideast, thinks he owns everything. What? Nothing. Oh, look, it's just past 5 a.m. on March 10th, 2/10, 2/6. And well, 2 10s, 10 wins, right? If you're a numerology guy, you get it. Yeah, not really. Okay, well, are we going to talk about this is episode 6, yeah. Return of the Jedi. Not quite. It's your question, so ask your question so I can answer it. Okay, I was going to say, I didn't ask the question. Okay, go ahead. Are we going to be talking about no, but go on. Oh, kid. The thing, the thing. Gemini? No. We'll get to that maybe the next episode. You're really messing with people's, well, I'm going to mess with a lot of people right now, including you. Really? But let's just say, I'm going to disclaimer. What's that on the screen? We'll talk about that in a second. Let's just say, I truly hope that I am wrong. Well, you're wrong a lot. Am I? Not really. I'm usually the one that's wrong. Yeah, usually you're the one that's wrong. And if anyone is listening, one day, maybe they will. Who knows? And they know who I am. Wink, wink. I'm never wrong. I just got to chill. Yeah. Because I'm the connected one. I'll leave that there. 2 minutes, 5 seconds in, I'm the connected one. It's just whether or not I decide to connect. And well, I just see what you did there. Yeah, 2 minutes, 5 in. That February 5th. Remember that. Not 2026, 2025. What are the coincidences, huh? If anyone ever studies this, they'll freak the fuck out. But we'll leave that there. I'm going to lay out something for you. All these random coincidences. Random. I'm going to lay out some building blocks for y'all. For you, my friend. The bird brain. Wink, wink. And see if you could put these things together and come to a conclusion. A conclusion of the war? Not quite. Because I was reminded of something yesterday. About what happened a year ago. A little less than a year ago. About a couple of videos we made after I felt one hell of a burst of energy. Something that shook me. And I was compelled to make some videos, and they're not really good. I'm going to be honest with you. This is way before I knew how to do anything with this shit. I showed my face. Nah, we don't show our face. Nah, we don't need to. And Phineas was on. Yeah, but we love Phineas. What's up, kid? He's over there on the couch. And talked about some parallels and stuff. I won't go into that now, but let's just say I was reminded of that energy, an overwhelming energy that I was hit with. February 10th, 2025. 2/10/25. It is now March 10th, 26. So a little bit of about a little over a year later, 13 months later to be exact. If y'all numerologists aren't fucking tingling already, you're like, I don't know. 4:24, kid. It's the time on the clock. I felt compelled to do it again. I read some stuff, and then cheat code, and I'm just like, oh shit. Disclaimer. I don't know shit. I'm not advocating for shit. 4:44 in. I hope this doesn't become something that leads to shit. I love everybody, even the wicked, because even they deserve grace from God. We are not the judge and jury and executioners, or at least we shouldn't be. There is but one, and they live above, not below. As above, so below, but not when it comes to, well, the end of the show. Because one day we all have to go up and meet our maker. And it shouldn't be up to us to punch that ticket for somebody. But unfortunately, you know how that works, kid? I do. 535 in. And so did Lincoln. And so did somebody else. Oh, I see. Oh, what's that? That's the Dallas, Texas. Yeah. JFK was shot in DT, Dallas, Texas. Remember that. And isn't there a whole connection between, we'll get into that. Yeah, he was riding in a Lincoln, and then he got shot in a Ford's theater. We'll get into that. Yeah, it's interesting. 606 in. We'll get into that. There you go with the time. Yeah. So we're going to take our time here. Thank you if you're listening. Please take this with a grain of salt the size of Mount Everest. But understand something. I am never wrong. I leave that there. Someone is communicating through me. I hope I'm wrong, though. I have a feeling I'm not. Oh, kid. Yeah. And I really do not want this to happen. What are you talking about? I'm getting a little... Yeah, okay. You ready? But I need to speak in somewhat code. My hope, I'm going to be honest with you. Well, you're always honest. I am. My hope is that maybe we could kind of rewrite history. And maybe, just maybe, this can get out to somebody somewhere to prevent something. And maybe it'll help change the world. 727 in. It could save our society here in America and set a new path going forward, because we have not learned our lessons. I leave that there. Oh boy, this is really cryptic. Yeah, it is. So I have, whoa, holy tabs. Yep, I have tabs up on the screen. We're going to click on them. You could ask me whatever questions, and I'll answer whatever. I'll tell you basically about it, and then we'll move on to the next. And at the end, if 8 minutes in, if somehow they can figure out the code, wink, wink. If somehow you have any allusions to what I'm trying to communicate, because when I get an energy, it's I have to convert it. I have to decode it. That's part of the fun, if you could say it, fun. And then when you decode it, it's like, holy shit. So I decoded something, and I was reminded of it a year later because I forgot about it. And it became relevant again. And I'm like, holy shit, here we go again. So let's start here. So this is, I guess, a painting by somebody, again, in the same way that Da Vinci painted The Last Supper. And I'm not equating this, please. What you see here looks like he's in a theater. Whether, Lincoln, President Lincoln, who was shot in the back of the head. Back and to the left, I guess, or is this to the right? I guess this, who knows? Maybe there's some symmetry there with JFK, but we'll get to that in a second. Here's the stage. Here's some people over there. I don't know. I don't know what this person's doing. Are they drinking something? Is that a chess piece? This doesn't. There's a sword. This guy couldn't use the sword on this guy. I don't know. He's also got a knife. He's got a knife. Whatever. Lincoln was shot. The 16th president was shot, assassinated, gone. Very famous. He's on some coins and stuff. He's on, yeah. Okay. You get it? Yeah, I get it. This, oh yeah, it's JFK. Yeah, very famous. We've always been obsessed with JFK, right? Yeah, you stuttered. So did I. Yeah, obsessed with it. Trying to figure out why. Why would people do that? And just the whole thing, the way it happened, and just I didn't know anything about JFK, but something about him, right? Obsessed. Oh, look at this. February 5th, 2025, 2525. You want to read the screen? Yeah, sure. President Trump official. Oh. Again, these are all random coincidences. You stuttered, I did. Don't link any of them, wink, wink. We're just randomly going to go through some of these. Okay, I kind of already know where you're going. Do you? Read the screen. Okay, President Trump officially reinstated a maximum pressure campaign against Iran. What's going on in Iran right now? A war in 2026. Okay, he signed a national security presidential memorandum, an NSPM, designed to curb Tehran's nuclear ambitions, missile program, regional influence, blah, blah, blah. And he also said something very interesting there. Do you remember what he said? Oh, yeah. We'll get to that in a second. As a matter of fact, total obliteration. I wonder what that will bring up. Oh, look at that. Any attempt by Iran to assassinate him or other senior leaders would result in total obliteration of the country. Remember that. Yep. Something about I left instructions for my generals. Whether or not that's legally viable, I don't know. But that was on 2525. Okay, I remember that. I do. We'll get back to that in a second. Oh, what's this? What is, read the screen. What is the meaning of the number 25? And again, numerology bullshit, foofy shit, right? The prophetic meaning of 25 often symbolizes grace upon grace, blessing, forgiveness, and renewal. Stemming from 5 times 5, grace multiplied by grace. The number 5 is grace. 2525. Ezekiel's vision of a new temple and God's covenant renewal with Abraham. I don't get it. You will. Maybe. Move on. What's this? Oh, I read this. Yeah, we both read this. Shamans deliver ominous 2026 health prediction for Trump. I kind of see where this is going. No, you don't. Peruvian shamans gather annually to predict the fate of world leaders, and this year they're warning the U.S. to brace for Donald Trump's illness. He's 79. He is. Yeah, he's got a hand thing. He does. And a makeup thing. Yeah, and they're making up. Oh, kid. Caroline Leavitt, who, by the way, did you know JFK's personal secretary, Evelyn Lincoln? Really? Yeah. Evelyn, sorry. And press secretaries Caroline Leavitt or Carolyn Leavitt. Oh, I don't know. Coincidence? Whatever. Probably not. Or yes, probably. Sorry. The prediction by the shaman is the oldest inaugurated president of the U.S. will become seriously ill. Comes at a time when the concerns about his health have been raised. There's a neck thing going on. There is. Cankles. And it's weird. They do this whole dance and whatever. It was in the video, apparently. I don't know. Whatever. When I clicked on this originally, there was a video. And they're like dancing. They have pictures of them and they're burning shit. It's crazy. Oh, what's this? Oh, go ahead and read it. Jacqueline Kennedy reveals that JFK feared an LBJ presidency. Yeah, this is well reported. He was so worried for the country about his successor, the VP, because that's, who got sworn in on a plane, right? LBJ sworn in on Air Force One. I should have put that up. Very famous picture, right? Very famous picture. This guy didn't even put his hand on a Bible. You don't have to, though, folks. It's not legally required. So one day, if we have a Muslim president, we'll never have a Muslim. Yeah, we'll never have that. Why? The CIA wouldn't let that happen. I leave that there. But they let this happen because it was on a plane and he swore on something. He put his hand on something. I'm not sure what. I forget. But that was shortly after, well, this. But Kennedy was so worried that he might succeed him as president, he began having conversations about who should become the Democratic standard bearer. In other words, when you're the president, and if you do a decent job, it's a good indicator that you could kind of name your successor-ish. It's happened in history many times. I mean, Reagan is the last one I could think of that kind of did that. Clinton kind of tried to do that with Gore. That didn't work out. Kind of changed the path of history in the new millennium. Obama tried to do that a little bit. Eventually, that delayed a little bit. Blah, blah, blah. By the way, did you know that Lincoln had 2 VPs? He did? Yeah. 2 different VPs. Do you know Trump has had 2 different VPs? Yeah, you stuttered. Yeah. Kennedy had 1 because he wasn't in office long enough to have 2, but we leave that there. What's this? Oh, Donald Trump will bump his head. It sounds like a fucking nursery. Donald Trump bumped his head. Da, 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 da. And all the monkeys in the bed. Will be hospitalized this year. Oh, this is 2026. Yeah, look. This was like a day ago. By the way, a plane? Remember that. Who's this douchebag? Yeah. He's pointing at his fate. Is he? So this psychic, if you believe psychics, I don't know if I believe psychics. A spiritual guide. Psychic Kelly with an I. I predict everything. Has faced numerous health challenges during his presidency, typically age-related. We talked about it before, yeah. He was reportedly struck with a severe bout of COVID-19. Oh, yeah, it was serious. I don't think people back then, remember that thing, COVID? No? Look it up. It was a thing. If they realized just how bad it got. I thought he was done for. Yeah, me too. I do see Trump falling or bumping his head. Bumping his head as a result. He's going to be hospitalized for a bit. Oh, yeah? I think J.D. Vance will become president. Just for a little, whilst until the president gets back on his feet. Or gets buried. What? Nothing. Again, psychics get energy too. But unfortunately, my friends, if you're going to rely on a psychic, you need someone who takes the filter out. Because there's a filter. Because when you try to announce things like this, and if you unfilter it and tell it like it is, or like the energy told you, sometimes the outcome, the Z, isn't something they want to see, the letter C. So you have to kind of pare it back. I'm not accusing her of that necessarily. You kind of are. Let's just say there's a possibility that it was misread. 1828 in. And she said something about Leo on August 12th. When's his birthday? We'll go into that. He's in June. And there's stuff about moon and sun, whatever, blah, blah, blah. Something about the middle something in Taurus, and then yada, yada. I won't bore you with the astrological. Did you get into that? I kind of did. It's a little cray. I leave that there. A waning gibbous moon on a certain date. We'll leave that there. So she predicts that on 8/12 that there's something will happen. Okay. Hopefully you're wrong. Hopefully we're all wrong. Okay, click on the next one. Okay. That's that. That, oops, is this date. Oh, that's the picture for 2/5/25. He shortly after signing whatever the fuck he signed, he talked to the press and basically said, fuck Iran. If they ever try to fuck me, I'm going to fuck them back. And by the way, what do you see in the background? World Cup trophy? Yeah. Remember that. I remember that striking me weird. And by the way, who's this? That's Lincoln. Yeah, it's Lincoln. Again, remember that. Remember this. Remember that. And he's wearing a blue tie. Interesting. Oh, what's that? Oh, the butler did it. The butler did it. Or almost did. Or yeah, the butler actually kind of elected him president, essentially. Butler PA. Fight, fight, fight. His ear. Some people from a certain little country in the Middle East believe this man was anointed to save. He's the Messiah, anointed to save a certain race of individuals on this planet. I just heard a guy spouting poetic about it. Yeah. But he wasn't president. Trump was a candidate. President Trump was a president, former, and he was his candidacy. And thankfully missed back into the right because he was facing this way to the left. And somehow, I guess, I don't know, if some people believe it's a prophecy, well, they got it wrong because he wasn't president here, so he was saved. Or at least that's how some people might read it, if you believe that. Where are you going with this? I'm not going anywhere. I'm going to stay right here, just for a moment. What do we know about this moment? That it was crazy. It was fucking crazy. And you could look at it one of two ways. Some people think it's conspiracy. Do we think it's conspiracy? I believe it's an energy, not a conspiracy. Not the letter C, conspiracy like the light. It was an NRG moment that they took advantage of and fucking milked all the way to the fucking polls. You know, wearing that diaper on his ear. I mean, I could have 1,000 tabs up here. And some people say because of the way they reacted to it, that it was staged. I can't believe it would be staged. I just can't. But we'll go into this another time. There's so many weird things that happen. But at the end of the day, remember, I'm becoming more and more convinced that when the energies in the universe converge, it is more likely that that is the reason for the weird occurrences than someone trying to, who knows? We'll leave that there. Okay. Butler PA failure JFK. What? On July 13, 71324. Remember that. 7/13/24. The Butler PA rally, we just talked about it, was a major Secret Service failure. Again, communication gaps, flaws. I mean, it was a fucking failure that exposed massive holes in the security procedure. For even a candidate, a presidential candidate always gets Secret Service protection the second they become nominated for their party. For why? Well, because eventually if they become president, right? You want to make sure someone doesn't make the decision for everyone else. And someone tried. And if he had succeeded, where would we be today? Well, there probably would be, dare I say it, don't go there, I will, 150 young ladies or girls in Iran still alive. I leave that there. But the Lord works in mysterious ways. But we'll come back to that another time. Keep going. What's this? The World Cup final. 7/19/26. It's going to be this year. Oh, yeah. Portugal will be in it. Yeah, we'll see. I hope. Let's go, Portugal. It's at MetLife Stadium, not too far from JFK Airport. Donald Trump's going to be there. Or at least that's the plan, because the president of the country or the prime minister of the country usually hands the trophy. The trophy, where are we? Shit. The trophy, that's why that was there, because the guy had visited the fucking White House. and left it behind, or maybe Trump kept it, to the winners. Hopefully it'll be Portugal. Where are we from? Yeah, we're from Portugal. We are. We'll see. So DT will be in NYC, not too far from JFK Airport. A plane? Yeah. Though I don't think he's going to go through JFK. I think he'd go through something else. It's a smaller airport or something. I mean, I'm just guessing. I don't think they would ever subject him to the nonsense of JFK Airport. But who knows? Like JFK, it's my time to fly. What? It's 3 p.m. by the way. Back on Madison and 42. It's a song we wrote. Oh, yeah. We'll move on. There's MetLife Stadium. That's where the final will be. MetLife. Or Met the End. Who's this guy? Yeah. This 36th president. You remember that guy with his hand up in the Bible? What the fuck's going on here? This guy, yeah. Fucking personal space much? Lyndon B. Johnson was the Johnson, born on August 27th, 82708, was John F. Kennedy's VP. The guy that we talked about. Yeah, that's him. Hey, kid. I think he was born in Texas. Yes, he was. He was. Where Kennedy died. In Texas. What's this? Oh, Trump's opinion of the CIA. Go ahead. Donald Trump has historically viewed the CIA and broader U.S. community with deep suspicion, frequently labeling them the deep state witch hunt aimed at undermining his administration. Is Donald Trump ever right? I'd say, you stuttered. I'd say he's right very often. It's just how he presents it is what gets it wrong. 27 minutes in. That's I think my biggest fault with the president is the presentation. It's marketing. Yeah, marketing. I don't get what you're doing here, but I don't like it. Yeah, hopefully. Oh my God. Oh, here we go. Hey, boys. Remember, compliance. They're still asleep. Is this why you woke up? Yeah, we wake up early so that compliance doesn't fucking ever. Do you think they're going to approve this? I don't think there's an option here. Do you know what would happen if you posted this? I don't know. We're going to find out. Good luck, boys. The world is depending on you. Or the fate of the world. No. I wish you luck. Because if any of this comes true, ... what will they think of you? I didn't think about that. Messiah much? What? I'm sighing. Oh, that was corny. Gotta go. Good luck, boys. Yeah, I didn't think about that. But despite early praise, he's accused the agency of being politically sick people leaking against him. In other words, y'all are out to get me. By the way, what do we know about JFK and the CIA? Yeah, they didn't like each other. No. What did JFK think he was going to do with the CIA? I think he was going to dismantle the fuck out of them. Yeah. How powerful is the CIA? I don't know. Ask how powerful is the Mossad or the KGB? Because, well, Putin will tell you. The KGB runs Russia. Literally. Oh, look at that. JFK Bay of Pigs invasion. I don't really know what happened here. Well, I'll give you a quick thing. Basically, was a failed CIA-backed attempt authorized by Kennedy to overthrow Fidel Castro's government in Cuba. Oh, wait. What's going on with Cuba? Yeah, we put a blockade around Cuba. Trump ordered that. Because little Marco said, he's Cuban. He says, yeah, we got to get him. JFK tried. He failed. We got to get him, kid. Or Mr. P, Mr. President. And essentially what happened here, the operation collapsed within 2 days, marking a major foreign policy setback. Like that is a scourge on JFK's short presidency. He basically chickened out. Kennedy, Kako, what? Kennedy always chickens out. Is that what they thought about him? I don't know. CIA did. he chickened out and ended up losing some lives as a result, I believe. Because the invasion was quickly overwhelmed by Castro's forces, ultimately refused to provide direct U.S. military air support, an air umbrella to ensure the mission's success. Nearly 1,100 members of the brigade were taken prisoner. It was a major they wanted to take over the island. It created a reorganization of Cuban policy and directly led to the implementation of Operation Mongoose, a covert effort to destabilize the Cuban government. It's taken years. We're still trying to get cigars from Cuba. Yeah, fucking just let the cigars through, kids. They were held for 2 years and then $53 million in food and I mean, come on, kids. It's insane. Keep going. What? J.D. Vance. Who's that? Vice president. Unfortunately. Yeah, unfortunately. I would have liked Pence again, but whatever. What's this? His name. He's not J.D. Vance. No, the motherfucker's gone through more name changes than we have. Oh, good. His name is James Donald Bowman. Kind of like Lyndon B. Baines Johnson. He's James Donald Bowman. Donald Trump's vice president. I don't see what you're doing here. Yeah, you will. What's this? This is the major hospital near MetLife Stadium. New York Presbyterian, or just Presbyterian Hospital. By the way, did you know Lincoln died at Peterson House with a P? JFK died at Parkland Health. There's a space. A space for what? For you to put something there. I'll leave it there. We'll move on. What's this? Trump says Iran's war is very complete. It's so complete, the most complete. Sir, they told me, sir, you have the most complete wars. So efficient, so complete. That is a terrible, terrible Trump. Your Putin, though, is pretty good. I don't think you know my impressions, kid. I think I do. Because you're an anti-hero? Yeah, probably. So basically, Trump is basically already saying, after the war machine, we'll get to that in a second, is all excited, just sold thousands, 12,000 missiles in an emergency. Why would you need an emergency sale, by the way, if everything's going so well? Literally a day ago, yesterday, an emergency sale. That's the way it was notated to a certain not real country. Wink, wink. But the war is very complete. We're done. We'll just pull out. Because he talked to Putin about it. And it's like, well, what did Putin tell you? That all of a sudden, and by the way, our boy, the secretary of deaf and dumb, deaf, dumb, and fucking stupid, deaf, dumb, and blind. Yeah, there you go. It recently said on Drudge, he didn't go to Drudge and say it, but that the war has just begun. Oh, the war's just begun. Yeah, the war machine said. I mean, the sec deaf, dumb and blind said, oh, we just started. So Trump's already pulling them out. Uh-oh, the war machine, the MIC ain't going to like that. What's this? Oh, little Rubio, little Marco, the little Cuban assassin. I mean, the Cuban prince. Yeah. The Iran war elevates Marco Rubio in Trump's 2028 secession jockeying. Uh-oh, Mr. Bowman. You better keep that bow by your side because you ain't going to go for a ride. You probably, that's corny. Yeah. Someone doesn't think you, and by the way, there was a report, I think it was maybe last year. I don't know. Maybe it was this year. Who knows? Where Donald Trump was asked, what do you think about, J.D. Vance's prospects for? Because you're not going to run for a third term, right? No, of course I'm not. I'll run for so many terms. He's like, nah, he's not ready. He's not presidential material. Basically said, no. I leave that there. What's this? This is, again, like the Putin thing. He floats ending the war after by the way, there's no war. He says it's the marketing, huh? Yeah, sorry. The marketing out of the White House and the advertising, oh boy, is terrible. Nobody's on board with the same message. Compliance in the White House has no fucking clue what it's saying. Or I think compliance always has an idea. They know perfectly what's going on. Let me correct that. Marketing is just confused. Huh? And advertising. Oh, advertising. Yeah. They got their messages tangled up because all of a sudden the deaf, dumb, and blind is saying it's just begun. But this guy's like, yeah, we're ahead of schedule. We're done. It's not even a war. It's a small little thing. You know, we just did a little thing. Yeah, you know, just a little procedure, whatever the fuck he said. So something happened where he spoke to Putin, and Putin got freaked him the fuck out. Warned him of something, supposedly. Oh, yeah, they have no Navy, no communication, no Air Force. It's all wrapped up in my mind. Okay. You took your shot. Well, what is that not real country, that the little friend in the bar in the Middle East? Their guns blazing. You just sold them 12,000 fucking missiles in an emergency procedure. Why would you do that if it's already over? And do you think they think it's already over? Or are they looking for the kill? What do you think your little buddy will say if you try to pull out now, Mr. Trump? You're the Messiah. That's what the prophecy said. That you got a little kiss in the right ear, and that's part of the prophecy. Your ear must be pierced to be our Messiah. Or something like that. I don't know. Google's your creepy friend that's always watching. And someone's watching this, so look it up. JFK pulling out of... JFK... Okay, don't do it. I heard JFK was really good at pulling out. Right, Marilyn? Oh, kid. Pulling out of Vietnam, oh my God, may have led to his death. By the way, isn't that an interesting parallel? What parallel? I don't know. Two presidents that were, pussy hounds in office. I'm not equating, but with famous people behind. And maybe one was before office, one was during. I don't get it. That his intent to withdraw from Vietnam led to there's an assassination thing. Like, in other words, the war machine was like, bitch, what? What did you say? No. Oh, you know what, motherfucker? MIC don't like what they see. And I am, dumb, going to talk to someone else that's seeing what I see. The CIA. And maybe we do a conspiracy, ... See you in Dallas. I'll see you, JFK, in DT. Oh, yeah. See, there's a whole Lincoln Kennedy connection. They're both elected to, 1846, 1946. He was elected president in 1960. This was 1860. This is 1960. Something about, it's a lot of shit here. He had a secretary named Kennedy. Not true, by the way. It was two guys. I looked it up. But let's say, whatever. This guy had a secretary named Lincoln, Evelyn Lincoln. Told him not to go to Dallas. Don't do it. No. Oh, well. Don't go to New York City, Mr. President. What? Yeah, don't go there. Shot in the back of the head. Shot in the back of the head. Shot on a Friday. When is the World Cup? A Sunday. On the holy day of the week. Wink, wink. There's a lot of shit going on here. I mean, his successor, Lyndon Johnson, and Andrew Johnson. 1808. He was born 1808. This guy's born 1908. Sometimes when things repeat in history, 39 minutes in, the third time around, you got, right? Return of the Jedi. you got to really kind of change you keep the formula similar, if not the same, but you have to, the embellishments, or else they're going to see it a mile away. So you got to change the embellishments just enough, but the formula stays the same. What's that? Oh, the Lincoln Project. These guys are out to get Trump. Karma's a bitch. Right? Lincoln Project, karma is a bitch. What's that? Oh, yeah, he held up a Bible. after he cleared out the square in front of the St. John's Church. And he's not holding it upside down. Sorry, Nicole Wallace. It's just this happens to sneak out the bottom. This is the right way. Again, blue tie. Blue tie. If y'all don't see it yet. What's this? Oh, this is right from the National Archives. This is not fake news. It's well known. President Dwight D. Eisenhower's farewell address. Dwight D. Eisenhower talked about the MIC. And basically, like, hey, wink, wink. Hey, guys, it was nice knowing y'all. I got to leave because, there's a bunch of motherfuckers here that keep telling me what to do, and I can't hold them back anymore. The MIC is real. The MIC is real. Be careful, because if the MIC is real, then we can't control them. Y'all get it yet? What's that? Oh, fucking yeah, Carmen Sandiego. She's holding a Bible. By the way, has one black glove. What does historically one black glove stand for? You want to look that up real quick? Symbolism of wearing one black glove. Hey, OJ, tell me what one black glove symbolizes. A powerful, deliberate statement of protest. Or personal struggles and mental conditions. I mean, it's a statement. It's a statement. Glove archetype. I mean, it's a whole, what do black gloves mean? I mean, listen, I'll leave that there. But the funny thing is, what's missing here? His hand's not on the Bible. And I mean, she looks like an executioner, does she not? With one glove in protest. Again, not saying, just saying. Purple tie? What's going on here? Wink, wink. This is, again, but Trump to use Lincoln's Bible. Oh, he used Lincoln's Bible. He's obsessed with Lincoln. He used Lincoln's Bible in his first inauguration, but apparently didn't use a Bible here. He forgot. Nice job, Melania. But he held up a Bible here. Why would he hold up a Bible there? No one's ever explained to me why he held up a Bible. Christians, evangelicals, would you like to tell me why your Jewish Messiah is holding up a Bible in front of St. John's Church? What's this? Tulsi Gabbard? Oh, she works with DNI and the CIA. You haven't heard much about her lately. No, yeah, Trump doesn't trust her. I wonder why. Yeah, and there's something that happened recently. Oh, would you like to tell me? Cruella DeVille killed all the puppies. Leak memo blows a lid off secret complaint that Gabbard kept hidden in a locked safe. What could that complaint be? Well, it's a complaint that the thing was the secret, the message that was intercepted, international message. Maybe a warning? No, fucking paywall. Urgent concern. The lawmakers should have found out about it, but she kept it in a locked safe. I wonder why, my lady. Does Trump like you? I don't like you. Sorry, girl. 4343. You have lessons to learn. What's this? I think I forgot to delete that. Sorry. This is my visit to the White House. Your impression's getting better. It is. Do you like the plane here? Again, another plane. Well, that's Air Force One. That's the new thing. And by the way, it's so stupid it's doing red, white, and blue. There's a reason why, folks, that it's the Columbia blue. It's a gorgeous, very subtle statement. If y'all don't understand why the Air Force One paint job has Columbia blue, you don't understand democracy in America. Think of the ties he was wearing. By the way, he's wearing a red tie, so is he. What Columbia blue symbolizes when the president is protected in a big fucking flying tube. But no, everything's got to be red, white, and blue. Might as well put a big fucking flaming eagle here and a fucking America on the side of it. But he doesn't get it. The significance of Columbia blue on the fucking Air Force One. Everything has symbolism. Ask the Masons. But he doesn't get it. And again, another plane. Like JFK, it's my time to fly. Even if it's too late, it's 3 p.m. Actually, it's 3 a.m., by the way. That's what it is. Back on Madison and 42. Fucking gilded in gold. I love that gold. How do you think, how do you think the relationship, I think this is a transactional relationship on both sides. You kind of stuttered. The relationship, it's transactional. There's no fucking doubt in my mind. I mean, the cheat code proves that. Completely transactional. Because this guy was nowhere to be seen, in my opinion, when this guy was rising to. But once he became president the first time, this guy came out of the fucking cockroach, came out of the fucking woodwork. By the way, we could criticize this guy without criticizing every guy that he claims to rule over. Do y'all get it? It's okay. Because criticizing this guy doesn't criticize all Christians or Catholics. You see how we can do that? No? That's your fucking problem. But this is a transactional relationship. I mean, proven by the transaction we just talked about. 12,000 fucking missiles to, slaughter and destroy the infidels, or whatever the fuck he would call them. The savages and mongrels. And protect the Holy Land. Our Messiah, wink, wink. So long as he keeps messiahing, I'll keep massaging this relationship and kissing his fucking ass. We have a great pod about a false prophet and an antichrist. Not saying, just saying. What's this? Oh, Mossad and the CIA. What's the Mossad? That's the kind of... The Mossad, is not really the CIA, but it kind of is real, the CIA. It's real. They have a complex relationship, and it's close, albeit complex, and they share intelligence all the time. Joint operations, occasional friction. Occasionally. One tries to tell the other what to do. And there's questions in whether or not in this war, 47-17 in, that we're the ones calling the shots or not. Because when you go to war, folks, your intelligence agencies are helping you find these targets and figuring out where the guys are. They're the ones telling you, hey, in that school where the girls are, it's not a school, wink, wink. It's a front. Those motherfuckers are hiding in the school. Bomb it. Oops, we were wrong. That's war. Shit happens. Maybe the Mossad said that to the CIA. Who knows? They work together. They're cohorts. What's this? Oh, Putin's warning about Cuba to Trump. Hey, remember that other guy with the headache in the car in Dallas? Yeah, don't do what he was trying to do. Something about the CIA doesn't like that either. Because you're going to chicken out. You're going to realize there's a reason why Cuba, in that little island, kind of like Taiwan in essence, it's a lot harder than you think. Stay away. Also, we're protecting them. We have an understanding. Because you're currently blockading them and it's unacceptable. We don't like the sanctions and you're choking those people to death. And even though they don't like their current regime now, it's not your responsibility. You weren't anointed the Messiah to go and fix that. But somehow, some people are anointing you the Messiah. And you're going to learn the hard way, Mr. President. This is me doing my Putin. That we always stand with Cuba. And if the KGB has to go talk to the CIA or even the Mossad, because they all are friends, how do you think they get the intelligence, folks? It's a certain type of agreement, these guys. It's a deep agreement. It's not fully stated. It's unwritten. You get intelligence on each other. When you're having drinks at the bar, the world bar, does anyone not get what I'm doing here? You cut oil to him, Mr. President. I'm going to have to send a command down the chain, and then you know how that works. Eventually it gets to the bar. They'll all be sitting at the table and go, let's evaluate this guy to see if he's done. If this pitcher's arm is, oh, corny, do we have to call to the bullpen when Taurus rises down or lowers into the middle chamber? I don't know. I'm getting confused with astrology. If anyone knows what I just did there. Fuck. Who's that guy? Oh, Peter Thiel. Yeah, this fucking guy. Peter Thiel knows about the Antichrist. I'm Peter Thiel, and I know about the Antichrist. La 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 la. This motherfucker. What does he know about the Antichrist? PayPal and Palantir. Palantir probably surveilling what we're doing right now. Eventually, like, I can imagine a movie moment where Peter Thiel is sitting there and is fucking behind his desk, and someone gives him, hey, here's the file on the jackass who speaks to himself in that place in the country that we won't say where he is, even though you think you know where he is, but he's fucking with everybody. He's not there. The sun rises in the east, but not where you think. What kind of sun are we talking about? The Antichrist is he's going to rise from tech regulations and, in his view, environmental movement. That's Greta Thunberg, right? He discusses the Antichrist as a figure emerging from globalist institutions trying to stop technological process. Don't stop the fucking digital Frankenstein. He needs to help us destroy the evil people and look over them. What can go wrong? Right, Greta? Oh, he loves J.D. Vance. He basically put him next to, yeah, that's right. He put him next to fucking Trump's side. He's strong right-wing populist. More powerful executive challenging conventional democratic norms. In other words, if you have a more powerful, there's only one way to have a more powerful executive, my friends, and it's not overturning Congress or fucking telling the judges to go fuck themselves, but that helps. It's about, where is it? It's about telling the CIA to go fuck themselves. I'm in charge, not you. Telling the deep state, move aside. That's how you get a more powerful. But you know what? At the end of the day, sometimes you got certain guys that, they mean well, but they're kind of brash and they don't say, they don't massage things the right way. Yes, they don't massage relationships the right way, and they need to be eliminated. And well, there's a prophecy. There's always a prophecy. There's always a prophecy. Always. Often discussed in recent off-the-record lectures, certain apocalyptic vision. We've talked about that. We have. Of the Antichrist. We talked about that. We have. A tyrant or system uses fear or existential threats like AI and climate change, like Gemini and ChatGPT, to usher what? That's what he would say. He would think we were the Antichrist if he ever heard us. If or cared, to usher in a totalitarian one world government. He warns that this, rather than a spiritual event, is a secular tech-driven end times. The Antichrist mechanism. Thiel suggests this figure or force will use crises to convince humanity to accept absolute global control to prevent total destruction. In other words, we're going to use AI to get information on everyone else so that we have enough information to make sure we know when someone's going to rise up and do something stupid. But this guy is going to use their information claiming from the divine to liberate everyone, but it's really going to, self-fulfilling prophecy. A rejection of democracy. That capitalism and democracy have been incompatible, favoring a reduction in democratic participation to prevent his views as chaos. In other words, I agree with him on this. Capitalism and democracy have been incompatible. But he says democracy is the bad part. It's like a bad analogy. I'm going to say it anyway. It's like McDonald's saying, you know what? Taste and nutrition are incompatible. So we'll favor taste, kid, and get rid of that nutrition part. Fuck that. Cater to the mob. I mean, it's ridiculous. Slightly corny, but. He's heavily focused on the ideas that humanity's on a path to total self-destruction. Yeah, self-fulfilling prophecy. We'll see. 54:20 in. What say you? I mean, I get the point. I got a pee, so we better hurry this up. 54:34 in. Do y'all get the point? Whoever's listening. All coincidences. You stuttered, I did. All information I'm just passing on. Lincoln died at 56. JFK died at 46. Well, Trump's going to be 80, so there's no pattern there. The numbers of when someone dies, like their age, is irrelevant in the cosmic world of reincarnation. Why? Because we don't worry about when in the time period of a movie did someone leave. It's what act did they come in and out? Acts 1, 2, or 3. And if you're a character, a recurring character throughout history of the franchise, in other words, you come back again as different characters, reincarnation, 55:33. Your age, you're eternal. Age is irrelevant. But when you enter the play, your birthday, and when you exit, the actual date is very relevant. And while we've been talking about 7/9, that's our birthday. We were born on 7/9, 77. And I get a feeling that on 7/19, and if you make the one, this is corny, is it? A little bigger and angle it, it almost looks like a slash. I said something about, I have a feeling that Jesus was born, not on the 25th. It makes no sense. I'll end on this. Peter Thiel, listen up. Because that's in the middle of winter and in the coldest time, you know what I mean? I believe there was a pagan holiday that the Christians were like, fuck you, we're going to make our Messiah born on that time. 12/25. When in reality, all evidence points to much earlier. At least in September, when the Magi would have, it makes more sense. Do your research. I said, well, if the Magi were a real thing and they were traveling, they would have traveled far. And if they arrived months later, because they would have traveled by camel at the end of August, beginning of September, because there's a lot of information in the Bible and other texts that says that there was a harvest of some sort. And when they arrived, it lends to more end of August, beginning of September than it does fucking December. And they would have seen the star in the sky. The energies would have told them the prophecy has come true. The Messiah is born. He would have been born already. So that meant, okay, we got to make the trek. I see the star. We got to go. That North Star, wink, wink, is guiding us to, or that special planet is in a certain alignment. I've never seen this. This is the prophecy. We have to go to Bethlehem. I believe the Messiah was, and there was a whole prophecy. And then King Herod, there was a prophecy for him. He had another guy that was connected and was like, hey, kid, the Messiah is born. Wait, I'm the king. Yeah, this guy, this is bad news for you. And that's where he wanted to kill, it's a whole thing. And I hypothesized that the Messiah, I don't get where you're going with this, you'll see, was born in July. I'm like, fuck it, 7/9. I'm not equating myself to it. Are you? Yeah. I said he was born on 7/9. We have a whole pod about it. A couple of them. Well, if the Messiah was born, and then I have a pod about joking about if Donald Trump ever died on an important day, when's the last time that you could remember an important day when someone significant died, where that holiday, you'll always remember that day because of them? Because Kennedy died on 11/22/63. The only reason why I know that is I looked it up yesterday. But they know he died, but they don't remember the date. You don't remember this date here. You don't remember this date. This happened on 11/22/63. You remember 9/11 because a lot of people died, and it's a holiday in memoriam. But what if someone died on Christmas? I don't know. And I hypothesized that what if Trump died on Christmas? I mean, people would lose their mind. Get it? The Messiah was born on Christmas, and then the Messiah that returned died on Christmas. It's part of the prophecy. He was the Messiah. It was real. It's real. It's real? It's not real. But maybe if he was born on 7/9, And then your Messiah, where is he? Could have left the stage on 719. There could be a connection. I think there's a lot of stretching here. Yeah, probably. But I don't think you have to stretch your mind too much to think that maybe some people believe some stuff that if they're in power, they either can make happen or get out of the way of it so it happens. And provide intel. Who knows? Again, I'm making a lot of accusations. Again, I'll end on a disclaimer. Disclaimer, disclaimer, disclaimer. Men get what they want. Men in power always get what they want. Right, Peter? And the way they do it is one of two ways. They either get in the way of the energy or they let it pass right through. They let the waves pass right through to make it happen or let it happen. Because you don't think this motherfucker, with all the information he's got available at his fingertips, would know what these motherfuckers know? Or what Tulsi knows? That there's a threat. And that if Donald Trump pulls out of this war in Iran, he'll trigger the prophecy. 101 in. Am I schooling you yet on how the world works? Or how the energies flow? That even, hey, DW, David, finger guns, you know that the universe repeats itself because there's only so many stories out there. And when you've got two of them that work really well, you're going to repeat them. You're just going to change up the fucking integers a little bit. And the details, blah, blah, blah. X plus Y equals Z. If I have two of the three integers, I could figure the third one out, no problem. My friends, I've got two of them. What will you figure out? Listen, I gotta go. Disclaimer, I want none of this to happen. I hope I'm wrong. Somehow I don't think I am. Hopefully, the universe confirms me to be wrong. See you soon.
You have reached the end. Game over.